My child, take a moment and look at your hands. They are not empty. You may think you have nothing to offer, that you are waiting for something more before you can begin, but I have already placed within you what you need for this season. The gifts I have given you are not distant treasures locked away in some far-off future. They are here in your grasp, waiting to be used. You do not need to wait for a sign to start walking. Use what you have, even if it seems small, and you will see how I multiply it. The road ahead of you is not straight, and that is intentional. You were never meant to take a path so predictable that you could navigate it without me. If you could see every step from here to eternity, where would faith be? I'm not just the destination. I am the guide, the lamp at your feet, the voice that says, "This is the way, walk in it." There will be turns you do not understand, but trust that I'm leading you through them. I have seen you hesitate, son, standing at the edge of decisions, afraid of making the wrong one. You fear that one mistake will undo everything, that one wrong step will disqualify you from the purpose I have for you. But listen, my will for your life is not a thin, fragile thread that snaps the moment you misstep. I am not watching from a distance, waiting for you to get it right. I am here, even in your missteps, even in your uncertainty, shaping all things for your good. You're not just passing through this world, you are a carrier of light. You have been asking for an answer, and I am giving you one. Not as a sudden sign in the sky, not as a loud voice, but as this quiet stirring in your heart. You have felt it, that gentle, persistent pull in your spirit that will not leave you alone. That is me. That is how I call my children forward, not always with thunder, but with a whisper that does not fade. The question is not whether I'm speaking, the question is, will you trust what I am saying? Son, I see how you look at yourself in the mirror. Some days you stand there and wonder if I made a mistake, if you were supposed to be someone else, somewhere else, doing something greater than what is in front of you. But I tell you, I do not make mistakes. I shaped you with intention, crafted you with precision, and placed you exactly where you need to be for this moment. You're not a random existence. You are a masterpiece unfolding. You have been waiting for the right conditions, but I am telling you, start now. Do not wait for the fear to disappear before you take the first step. Do not wait until you feel fully prepared before you say yes. If I only called those who felt ready, no one would ever move. Obedience is not about waiting until the fear is gone. It is about trusting me enough to step forward, even while it still lingers. You have a name, and I know it. I do not call you by your failures. I do not define you by your weaknesses. The world may label you by your past, by your struggles, by what they think you're capable of, but I call you by the name I spoke over you before you were born. That name carries weight, that name carries identity, and that name carries a purpose that no man, no failure, no fear can erase. You have asked me for strength, but I am giving you something better. I'm giving you resilience. Strength is for the moment, but resilience is for the journey. Strength lifts the weight once, but resilience keeps you standing when the weight does not lift. And that is what I am building in you, not just a momentary courage, but an enduring faith that will not break under pressure. Son, I have seen your tears, even the ones you tried to hide. You have wondered if they were wasted, if anyone noticed, if they meant anything at all. But I tell you, not a single tear has fallen unnoticed. Not one has been in vain. I have gathered them, not as evidence of your pain, but as seeds that will one day bloom into something beautiful. What you weep over now will become the very thing you rejoice over later. I know that you do not always understand my ways. There are days when you wonder why I allow certain things to happen, why prayers seem unanswered, why doors remain closed. But son, my silence is not my absence. My delays are not my denials. What you see as a rejection may be a redirection. What you think is unanswered may already be in motion in ways beyond what you can perceive. You were not meant to walk alone, and you do not have to. The enemy wants to isolate you, to make you believe no one understands, to keep you trapped in your own thoughts. But do not let pride or fear keep you from reaching out. I've placed people around you who can strengthen you, who can remind you of what is true when you forget. Let them in, let them walk with you. There will be moments when the weight feels unbearable, when you feel like you have given all you can give, when you wonder if you can take one more step. And in those moments, I want you to remember this. You were never meant to carry it alone. When I called you, I never asked you to do it in your own strength. I am here and I am strong enough for the both of us. Child, listen to my voice with your heart in silence. Breathe deeply, because what I am about to tell you is not a command, it is an embrace. It is not a burden, it is relief. It is not a demand, it is a reminder. There are things within you that you do not yet understand. There are dreams you yourself buried, thinking they were too big, but I saw them. I felt it when you buried them in silence with tears no one else saw. You tried to convince yourself they were just fantasies, exaggerated desires of the heart, naive wishes from a time when you were still allowed to believe. But what you called an illusion was actually a glimpse of what I planted in you. None of those dreams have died, they are merely asleep. And I have kept them safe, just as a loving father carefully guards what is too precious to be left to chance. I held them in my hands, wiped away the marks of abandonment, and kept them alive, not to demand anything from you, but to remind you of this. You were made for more. I know every seed I placed in your heart. Some of them you didn't even realize were there. Others you tried to tear out in a hurry, thinking you wouldn't be able to carry them. But I do not give up easily on what I love, and I love you, son. I know the weight the world has placed on your shoulders. I know the words that wounded you, the looks that judged you, the days when you shrank inside, afraid of failing. I was there, and in none of those moments did I stop dreaming about you, because my dreams do not depend on your performance. They are born from the essence I placed inside you, and that essence does not decay, does not get lost, does not fade away. You may have drifted away from many things, but you have never drifted away from who you are, my child. And every child carries within them a spark of their father. Inside you there is more than pain and memories. There are promises. There is destiny. There is a future. Son, I want to tell you a secret. Your heart is a sacred place. It is not fragile, as you were made to believe. It is fertile ground where I have planted visions that you do not yet fully understand. Sometimes what you feel as restlessness, as a longing for something you have not yet lived, is simply the echo of what is growing inside you. It is the unseen, asking for passage. You are not just a body in motion, nor just a mind that thinks. You are a garden of eternal possibilities. When I created you, I did not place only a soul in you, I placed a destiny. And in that destiny there are layers, stages, paths you have not yet even imagined walking. That dream you call unreachable is, in reality, the memory of heaven trying to bloom on earth. You feel something calling you to more, and that is real. It is my spirit breathing within your spirit, telling you, do not stop here. You were born to see more than what you see now. There are gifts in you that have yet to be revealed. There are words within you that will heal hearts. There are decisions you will make that will change lives. You are not a loose piece in this world. You are a point of connection between heaven and earth, between pain and healing, between questions and answers. Every beat of your heart is a reminder that there is still so much more to live. Even when you feel nothing, even when you feel too small, I still see everything, because I do not look at you with the eyes of time. I look at you with the eyes of eternity. And eternity is never in a hurry, but it never forgets. It keeps, it honors, it fulfills. And everything I planted in you will come to pass at the right time, in the right way, because what has a divine origin is never interrupted, it only matures. Son, now I want to talk to you about time. I know that sometimes it hurts you. I see your anxiety, your comparisons, your fear of being left behind, but time is not your enemy. It is a craftsman. It works in silence, but builds with precision. Every day that seems lost is actually another thread woven into the fabric of your purpose. I know you wish things would happen faster, that your dreams would come true urgently, but rushing your purpose is like harvesting unripe fruit. It may look beautiful on the outside, but it has no flavor yet. I do not want you to live half-heartedly. I do not want you to experience something before you are ready to sustain it. That is why time is not a delay, it is a gift. It shapes you, not just to receive the promise, but to carry it with wisdom, with maturity, with grace. When you wait, you grow. When you trust, you are strengthened. When you see nothing, that is when I am working the most. Because what I do in you in secret is what will sustain everything that will be revealed in public. I do not rush diamonds, I form them with patience. You are a masterpiece that heaven is completing with details. Do not compare yourself to others. What I am doing in you is unique. You are not behind, you are being shaped. And every apparent delay is another layer of depth in who you are becoming. Time is not punishing you, it is preparing you. Trust the process, because the process is the path where silent miracles happen. And when doubt paralyzes you, when insecurity makes you think you are not capable, I want you to remember, the courage you're looking for already lives inside you. You have just forgotten where it is. You think courage means not feeling fear. But I tell you, courage is moving forward even when everything inside you trembles. It is saying yes, even without guarantees. It is standing up, even when you have no strength. And you have already done this so many times, son. Even without realizing it, every new beginning, every step after a fall, every tear that did not stop you, all of that was courage. And that courage came from me. I called it by name before you were born. It is your spiritual inheritance. You are the child of a God who does not know defeat. And if I dwell in you, then something invincible is beating inside your chest. Do not underestimate your strength. It does not come from your own ability. It comes from my presence in you. When you say, I can't anymore, I answer, but I can through you. When you think of giving up, I place new hope in your soul. You are not alone. You never were. Even in your darkest days, I was the light inside your silence. Walk, son, even if all you can do is take one step. Please subscribe to receive more of my truth and turn on notifications so you never miss what I have to say to you.